Hi everybody, it's November 4th, 2025. As you probably all know, there comes a point where you realize that the only physical person that's going to come and save you is yourself. Now, God will save us over and over again, countless times, even times we don't even realize, because that's how He blesses all of us. But there comes a time where you realize that you have to take care of yourself. And for some, that responsibility, that realization is freeing. And for some, that's kind of scary. But the crux of that concept is that taking care of yourself isn't just protecting yourself or healing yourself or standing up for yourself. It's also creating opportunities for yourself. It's enjoying life for yourself. It's for experiencing wonder at the mysteries of life for yourself, to record and to internalize. So when you come to the realization that you have to take care of yourself, it is a great blessing, and it is a great education of spirit and life. And some people may not believe in the spiritual life, but that is because they are denying the innate fact that this world, this life is spiritual. It's spiritual down to the tiniest level. What they call normal and devoid of spirit and devoid of God is actually a world and existence created by God so well that hoax deniers, or what do you call them, are not agnostic. I forgot the term for the people that don't have faith in the spiritual world, but that's something. But they don't realize that the actual makeup of this existence is spiritual and is created by God. So that gets me to thinking about avoiding situations to avoid psychological suffering. And what I mean by this is an example could be like, if there's two exits from a parking lot onto the road, and one exit you have to wait just a little bit longer to get through the traffic to get to the other side of the street after you exit the parking lot, and the other exit of the parking lot you can get right onto the street, but you're going to have to take a turn before you get onto the street that you need to go down, opposed to the other driveway that I just talked about that was on that street, but you have to wait a little bit longer. And so many of us would take the exit that you could get directly on the street first, and then turn down the needed street after. And that's because the concept of waiting for that initial grace or that initial acceptance is more pleasing than waiting and then getting to where you need to go faster. And we apply this, or we act this way to many circumstances in our life. For example, if you want to achieve a goal and you know that if you put in the work and develop your skill, you will become less forgettable. You will stand out more. But many others take the opportunity to throw money at probably, let's just say, buying bots to up your numbers rather than focusing on their art. And so that's gratifying because you see the numbers increasing at first quickly. You see the interest that you are garnering quickly, but you haven't really been working on your craft, so you have less to show. Conversely, the other option was you have been working on your craft, you have tons of backlog, tons of material to share, but you don't have as much viewers. And you know that once you get those viewers, you're gonna have a parade of content to share with them because you have been working and developing your skill. That's the nature of avoiding psychological suffering. And psychological suffering may seem like it's deep and it's painful, but it's just basically most of the time painted as impatience. And I guess it can be other situations other than pain pain, or being painful. In another situation, psychological suffering could be letting go of something that we think is going to help us, but it's not. So, for example, if you know that you are in a program, let's say to get approved for a car, but you have to qualify for your finances. You have to make below a certain amount of money, and you have more money than their cap is, so you can't get the car. So what are you going to do? Are you going to quit your job to get a car, or are you going to keep the job and keep the extra money you have and just ride an electric bike? And these are tough situations of life. We have half a dozen in one hand, half a dozen in the other. And so what it really calls for is determining how much you are enjoying your life, or how much you are overlooking how well your life is already. Yes, riding the electrical bike may be demeaning. It may be less fun than having a car, but you also have more money to experience more variety of things because you have money, disposable income. You can go places, you can travel places that you can't go if you have to worry about diminishing your income just for a car. And so this is psychological suffering. This is choosing to forego many times the easy path and going for the right path, the correct path that's going to be more beneficial. So, and this psychological suffering stops us from avoiding psychological suffering, stops us from enjoying or growing many times over. So we have to come to a point where we ask ourselves, am I denying myself opportunity because I cannot wait? Am I denying myself opportunity because I feel a lack of self-esteem? Am I denying myself opportunity to grow because I have no faith in the blessings that are coming my way, even though I know they're coming, but I'm going to have to go through things to get there. So psychological suffering many times is a mirage that distracts us from our true goals and our true intentions. So I hope this helps. Thanks.